Make no mistake about it, Islam is a violent religion.
From Marine Le Pen's National Front in France to Republican presidential hopeful Donald Trump in America, anti-Islamic sentiment is rising. But a new docu-comedy is trying to change that.
Can I invite you to a stand-up comedy show? It's absolutely free. It's tonight at 8 o'clock. It's called The Muslims Are Coming. There's a bunch of Muslims on stage, but they're hilarious.
It's called The Muslims Are Coming and is fresh off a legal victory. Ads for the film were rejected and banned by New York's Public Transport Authority for being political in nature. But after organization Muslim Advocates filed a lawsuit, a federal court intervened, and now the ad campaign is back on. Co-creator Nijin Farsed says the legal to and fro has a comedic value in itself.
It was supposed to be no big deal, and then the MTA decided to ban the poster campaign citing political speech. Now, one of the ads, for example, says, "The ugly truth about Muslims, they have great frittata recipes." So I guess for the MTA, frittatas were considered political or something, and so we decided to turn our Fighting Bigotry with Delightful Posters campaign into Fighting Bigotry with a Delightful Lawsuit campaign. We sued the MTA.
The film has an all-star cast, including Jon Stewart.
We just let the gays in recently. The fact that the Muslims are coming in now, things are getting a little crowded in the green room, if you know what I'm talking.
Rachel Maddow and comedian David Cross. And sees Nijin and Dean Ovidella go on a comedy road trip in America.
We went to the South and West, a lot of free shows just to meet people, answer their questions about Muslims. So this whole campaign for the posters was an outgrowth of that in November 2014. Here we are 15 months later and a federal lawsuit later, and finally these funny posters are going up that were tied to our film, which just show Muslims being funny in a different light. That's all it was about.
Hate crimes against Muslims have risen sharply in America since the end of 2015, following two high-profile incidents. The November Paris attacks in France, when 130 were killed, and the December San Bernardino attack in America, which left 14 people dead. Both were orchestrated by Daesh supporters.
Today is the day. A live Muslim is here to answer your questions.
Nijin hopes the film will help differentiate terrorists from everyday Muslims.
Right now, the only message we have about Muslims is that they're terrorists. They should be in registries. Probably, we shouldn't allow them in. I mean, it's just right now, it's crazy. So I think having a counter message to that, that Muslims can be like sort of delightful and fun and ridiculous, is really necessary, because otherwise we're going to go off the deep end with this.
I guess it's going to shed a different light on how Americans think about Muslims.
Yeah, because it has like a comedy to it, so always a good way to change perceptions.
New York's transport system has previously played host to anti-Islamic campaigns, but right now, The Muslims Are Coming is turning the tables and using humor to do so.